Hi, and welcome back to day 3 of Pandemic Playlist. Today we are listening to Nina Cried Power by Hozier. This song is off of his second and most recent album called Wasteland Baby, and it leads off the album, which is great in some respects in that if you've ever heard the song, it is possibly the most powerful song that Hozier has ever written, and that's saying a lot because the man has a very powerful voice. But it also is so powerful that, and so different from the rest of the album, that it kind of makes the rest of the album sound not as great by comparison until you listen to it kind of separated from Nina Cried Power. But anyway, this is not a place to dissect albums as much as I would love to dissect Hozier's albums. This is a place to talk about why I'm listening to Nina Cried Power. And sort of along the same theme as the previous two songs, it speaks a lot to today's political moment. It talks about, specifically through song, raising your voice to people who are in power, who are abusing power, who are using power to keep you oppressed, to keep you from being able to do the things that you want to do and live the life that you want to live, free from all different kinds of oppression, which is currently really, really poignant because obviously we're seeing how much of our current system in the United States is really fragile to a crisis like coronavirus, and more than that, we're seeing how much it's always in crisis. It's just in a much more protracted and subdued crisis that we can more easily ignore. So I've been listening to Nina Cried Power and thinking about the forces in our country that are keeping power concentrated in certain people's hands and that are keeping other people from exercising their power. And particularly the idea of raising one's fist to power and calling out abuses of power through song is something I've been thinking about recently because my great aunt sent me a poem recently that she wrote back in 2010 about her experience at the University of Connecticut, which is also the college that I went to back in the 1970s, and her experiences going to peace protests and her experiences seeing college students being pepper sprayed and shot and killed on the news for protesting the Vietnam War. And since poetry is a kind of song and she expressed that in poetry, I thought it was really powerful today to talk about a song that is about expressing like counterculture movements and expressing anti-power sentiments through song and through poetry and through art, because it's a tradition that gets passed along through our history. And it's really powerful to realize that people have been writing and talking and singing and making poetry and art about these themes for a long time, and we're really just picking up the mantle and carrying that forward. It's a powerful thought in a very dark time. So yeah, that's why I'm listening to Nina Cried Power. That's what I'm thinking about today. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.